Welcome to Newswire Daily. The fragile calm in Gaza is being tested again. Days after the historic prisoner exchange deal that freed all surviving Israeli hostages, tensions are rising over aid, restrictions, and unanswered questions about the missing and the dead. Today, we look into how this uneasy truce is holding and what could come next for both sides. All living Israeli hostages have now been released by Hamas, marking the first complete handover since the war began. Israel, in return, has freed nearly 2,000 Palestinian detainees under a multi-stage release plan that began earlier this month. But the deal remains far from complete. Over the weekend, Israel received the remains of 4 hostages who were confirmed dead, transferred through the International Red Cross. Officials say about 20 more bodies are still unaccounted for, raising painful uncertainty for families awaiting closure. Humanitarian operations inside Gaza are again under strain. Israel has decided to limit aid convoys to about 300 trucks a day, roughly half the volume previously agreed, citing delays by Hamas in returning all the bodies. Aid agencies warn that this cut could trigger a severe humanitarian crisis. Gaza's hospitals remain overwhelmed, fuel stocks are running low, and more than 2/3 of the enclave's residents are still displaced. International pressure is mounting on both parties. At a recent peace summit in Sharm el-Sheikh, more than 30 countries called for a permanent ceasefire, renewed reconstruction funding, and a clear plan for Gaza's political future. Yet deep disagreements persist over who will govern the territory once the truce stabilizes. Meanwhile, Washington continues to push for a long-term arrangement that would disarm militant factions and place Gaza under an international security framework. The United States and regional partners have echoed President Trump's statement that Hamas must disarm or be disarmed. Inside Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu faces growing domestic debate. Some praise the government for bringing the hostages home. Others accuse it of making concessions that strengthen Hamas. Across the border, many Palestinians view the prisoner releases as a long-awaited act of justice, but fear that renewed blockades could erase any hope of recovery. For now, the guns are silent, but the peace remains fragile. The hostage deal has eased one of the war's deepest wounds, yet it exposes the limits of short-term diplomacy. Without mutual trust and sustained aid access, this ceasefire could easily collapse. Under the weight of unmet expectations, the situation in Gaza is still unfolding, and the road to lasting peace is far from certain. Stay tuned to Newswire Daily for the latest updates on the Gaza ceasefire and the wider Middle East.